Hey everybody. Today we're going to answer a question from Isaac Schwartz. And his question is this: how can I take traditional bebop vocabulary and use it, mold it to make my own modern vocabulary? I've been transcribing a lot to try to build my solo vocabulary, but I find it hard to play the stuff in a way that doesn't sound like I'm blatantly just playing old Max, Elvin, Philly, etc. licks. So that's a great question, and I'm going to answer it right now. So I think the best way that you can, what you want to do essentially is expand on the tradition, on things that you've learned through the tradition, transcribing. So I think the best way to kind of show this is through an example. So what I'm going to talk about is really taking a lick of a traditional, something that you've learned in a transcription. For example, I'm going to use a Philly Joe lick, which goes like this. So one more time. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the lick that we're going to use. That's a Philly Joe lick. And what we're going to do is we're going to displace it, and we're going to hear what it sounds like to start and end that lick in different places of the beat. So, for example, you can tell here that this lick starts on beat 1. It's a 2-bar phrase, and it comes out on 1. On the downbeat of the next phrase, which is kind of, I would say, the next big phrase. And therefore, if you start it earlier, it'll end earlier. If you start it later, it'll end later. So here's the lick again. 1. Start it a beat earlier now, and let's see what that sounds like. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Phrase. So we just started on beat 4, and it also resolved on beat 4 when I played a 2-bar phrase. Let's start it on beat 2 of the following bar. So that means a beat later this time, and that'll sound like this. Let's see. 1, 2. 1. Okay, so you see already that you're really getting a different flavor. Even though it's the same lick, it's the same sticking, you're really getting a different feeling from it because of the displacement or because of the rhythm that's being played. I also would like to let's try displacing it back by 1 triplet note. So just by 1 triplet starting on the and 4. So it'll sound like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, it ends on the end of 4 too, right? So that gives it another feeling to it as well. 1. what's starting to happen here is the lick is no longer a lick anymore. It's an idea, and with that idea, we can use it. We can displace it. We can change it up and make it more musical. Make it more of a melody than just a lick. Another thing that you can do with it also is by putting some of it on the toms, maybe. For example. All right, so those are the techniques that I use: displacing and also voicing. So, for example, what I did was I put the notes that were just single strokes, not the doubles, but just the singles on the toms. All right. Those are the ones that I put on the toms, and I continued that through the displacement. So good luck with that. Enjoy working it out, and I will see you soon.